Welcome to Brent Harris O-Gauge Model Trains. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Leave a comment also. I'd love to hear from you. This is 20 acres that Mike, Mark, me, and a few others have owned for 30 plus years. To see what's happening at the property, check out our other channel, Off-Road to Off-Grid. We each have our own individual cabins, but the shelter house is our hangout, and is also where we have the lodge layout. Mike and Mark Endicott are the engineers, architects, and builders of what is done so far. They're going to give a little description of some of the things that they've done with the lodge layout and some of the details behind it. Hope you enjoy this video.
You got two cords down here, plugs the whole train set in. I think you have to plug the black one in first, which turns on the bases. And then you can plug in the gray one, which turns on your power. If you plug them in backwards, the Legacy engines will blow their horn because there's no bass. It can't receive a bass. So they start blowing their horn immediately and let you know that you've plugged them in backwards.
Let me see the bass and the... What are you talking about up here? For the two cords.
So you got your row of bricks here. We have all the same bricks. They're the 10 watt one or 10 amp Lionel bricks, and they all plug into that line bar, which is on that cord down there. So all your power is on the same cord, along with my KW, which runs all the accessories. And then everything else, the TIU and the Wi-Fi thing for it, and your Legacy base, and all the LCS stuff is all on a separate cord. So that's all your control stuff, and then all your power. And you have to plug your bases in first, especially with Lionel. Elsewise, the Legacy engines that are on the layout will start blowing their horn to let you know that you've turned the power on, but there's no bass online. So you have to plug the black one in first, then the gray one, and everything's happy. Then we got all our gauges here. Let me know everything is currently turned off. We have no voltage except for the KW on the accessory circuit, which has got me at a nice 14, which means all of our lights and stuff are glowing. The only thing hooked to our power is actual track. The accessories run everything else on the layout. Every switch, every light, everything on the layout is run off the accessory line, which goes everywhere on the layout. And then you got 4 tracks.
How much power is it pulling?
Currently it's not on, but you got a Lionel ZW here, which, you know, interesting thing about ZWs, you know, even though my gauges go left to right, your tracks on a ZW go right to left. So this is actually track 1.
CWC.
And then 2, 3, and 4. But the gauges run normal left to right. So now as we go through and turn our Legacy on, brings everything up. Immediately I hear my LionChief is beeping because its remote is not turned on, but it's on a powered track. So it beeps as soon as it gets power. And you have to see, it's this blue one. This is the blue remote for your LionChief. When I turn it on, my LionChief will quit beeping. So it's happy now. Pretty much as far as it goes, you know, you just turn it on. She'll immediately start rolling. Nothing else to do. It's currently on track 2 all of the tracks 1 through 4 can be made an independent loop. They're crossed over between them in several places. I'm trying to run some trains here. See if we can get this mess fired up. First we're going to start with track 1, the outer track. Goes all the way around the perimeter. It's got a lash-up of the Chessie, C&O, and the CSX lashed together. I think it's about 35 cars on there, coal cars, some tankers, some box cars. Let's see if we can get her moving. We got the old Legacy, that's Legacy engines. We got the Legacy base 2. Call up train 50. I programmed that fella in for train 50. With the startup button, see what happens. That might not have been a startup button. Maybe it's that one. It was that one. Button number 3. Alright, I'm gonna hit the power and see if she ain't pull. It's a heavy load. Pour the coal to her. Keep chugging it. Pick up the speed a little. Lines and Chessie. See her open horns beat? Look at that. Coming at it. Alright. This guy down in this cradle.
Which one we turning on next?
Alright, next we'll go for the LionChief Plus, Chessie, nickel plate road, string of Pennsylvania.
Wait, I'm getting this whole train going by. That is quite a long train.
That's a heck of a train right there, 35 cars.
Okay, so we're going to the Nickel Plate Road, LionChief Plus.
LionChief Plus, Nickel Plate Road.
What track is that?
This is track 3.
Track 3.
LionChief Plus, so it's an easy one to get started. It's got a nice string of Pennsylvania passenger cars, upgraded with LED lights and people. That is a fine Ford engine right there.
Yeah, it is.
Really like those cheap. Pretty nice. That's the one you turn down right. Lay on that horn, please. Alright, next we're going to make contact with the TIE.
The Amtrack.
Try the Amtrack on track 2. See if we can make some contact. Contact 406. That's the Amtrack 406. We've made contact apparently. I want to hit it. Oh, it's moving. It's going. Amtrack 406. I think it's an FP40, MTH, Proto 3, middle string of Amtrack passenger cars. Too many more of those. And we couldn't pull them. That little one can pull pretty good, but it couldn't go around. Alright, here we go. 4 trains running. 2 Lionel, 2 MTHs, 2 Proto 3s, MTHs, 2 Lionel Legacies, and 1 Lionel LionChief Plus. All on the same layout, 4 tracks. Tracks 1, 2, 3, 4, all hot. Running.
And a lash-up.
Nice.
Well, get this with the drone. Wanna fly the drone up there and get some video?
Here we go. That was cool, bro. Keep squeaking. Yeah.
Need to lube it up.